The air crackled with anticipation as the Missouri Tigers took the field against their SEC rivals, the Auburn Tigers. Hopes were high for a hard-fought battle. However, fate had a cruel twist in store for Missouri quarterback Brady Cook. Just minutes into the first quarter, disaster struck. As Cook scrambled, he crumpled to the turf, clutching his leg in pain. The stadium fell silent as medical personnel rushed to his aid. The severity of the injury was apparent as Cook was helped off the field. The injury cast a pall over the game. Backup quarterback Drew Pyne was thrust into the spotlight. Drew Pyne, a young quarterback with big shoes to fill, took the field with a mix of nerves and determination. The loss of Brady Cook sent shockwaves through the Missouri sideline, but Pyne knew he had to step up and lead the offense. The game plan didn't change drastically with Pyne under center. The coaching staff relied on a run-first approach, hoping to control the clock and keep Auburn's offense off the field. Early on, Pyne showed flashes of promise, connecting with his receivers on short, high-percentage throws. He managed the game well, avoiding costly turnovers and keeping the chains moving. However, as the game wore on, Auburn's defense began to key in on Missouri's predictable play calling. The Tigers' running game stalled, and Pyne faced increasing pressure behind a collapsing offensive line. Despite his best efforts, Pyne struggled to replicate Cook's playmaking ability, and Missouri's offense sputtered throughout the first half. As if losing their starting quarterback wasn't enough, Missouri's woes were compounded by a series of unfortunate injuries that further depleted their lineup. Starting tight end, Brett Norfleet, a key target in the passing game, left the game in the first quarter with a shoulder injury. Norfleet's absence left a void in the middle of the field, limiting Missouri's options in the passing game. To make matters worse, running back Noel, who had been the workhorse of the Tigers' rushing attack, went down with a lower body injury in the second quarter. With each injury, Missouri's hopes of mounting a comeback seemed to dwindle. The Tigers' offense, already struggling to find its rhythm, became increasingly one-dimensional. The running game, which had been effective early on, became almost non-existent. Pyne, under duress behind a porous offensive line, resorted to forcing throws into tight coverage, often resulting in incompletions or interceptions. The injuries took a toll on Missouri's depth, forcing inexperienced players into action and disrupting the team's chemistry. Auburn, sensing Missouri's vulnerability, seized the opportunity to take control of the game. The Tigers' defense, led by a ferocious pass rush, pinned their ears back and teed off on Pyne. Auburn's defensive backs blanketed Missouri's receivers, making it nearly impossible for Pyne to find open targets. Missouri's miscues further compounded their problems. A muffed punt return gave Auburn excellent field position, leading to an easy touchdown. A fumble by Pyne on a strip sack resulted in another Auburn scoring drive. With each Missouri mistake, Auburn's confidence grew. The Tigers' offense, while not particularly explosive, played efficient and opportunistic football, capitalizing on short fields and Missouri's inability to sustain drives. Auburn's defense, smelling blood in the water, continued to harass Pyne and stifle any attempts at a Missouri comeback. Despite a daunting deficit, the Missouri Tigers refused to quit. Head coach Eliah Drinkwitz urged them to fight for every inch. Inspired by their coach and the home crowd, Missouri showed hope. Brady Cook, his leg taped, jogged back onto the field. Cook's return energized the Missouri sideline. The offense came alive with their leader back. Cook delivered vintage throws, connecting on big plays. He led a scoring drive, culminating in a touchdown. Missouri's effort fell short, but their resilience shone through. The loss to Auburn was a bitter pill to swallow for Missouri, but it also provided valuable lessons for the young team. The game highlighted the importance of depth, especially at key positions like quarterback. It also exposed the need for improved offensive line play and ball security. Perhaps the most important takeaway was the resilience and never-say-die attitude displayed by the players, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Despite the loss, there were positives to build on. Cook's gutsy performance, while not enough to secure the victory, demonstrated his toughness and leadership. The emergence of young players who were forced into action due to injuries will prove invaluable in the long run. As the Missouri Tigers licked their wounds and prepared for the remainder of the season, they did so with a newfound resolve, determined to learn from their mistakes and emerge as a stronger, more cohesive unit.